welcome and thank you so much. And we can start with the prayer.
Well, prayer is a very useful tool for personal growth, for healing, for expanding our consciousness. And when we go on there, we can slice and dice prayers for this and different types and so forth. But there are some basic principles of prayer before you use it for anything. And what often is left out, people start to pray as if they're in the same state of consciousness, like they're calling the kids or yelling for the dog or preparing their grocery list. No, you have to prepare the consciousness for effective prayer. So the important thing is first work on the attunement to higher power or higher consciousness. And that requires a little bit of quieting down. If you're agitated about the kids, don't, take care of the kids, and then pray. So you want a little bit of calming down and centering. Centering often is not just becoming dopey and empty. That doesn't count. If you're empty, whatever comes, you'll keep on going. It will miss you. You have to be aware, but aware in a very quiet, thoughtful state. And often to do that, you do a little drill in detachment. Just be mindful. I have the body and sensations. I have the emotions, but I'm much more than my feelings or my thoughts or my memories. I am the director of thinking and emotions. I am the observer of what happens to me. And so I have an ache or pain. I'm more than my aches and pains. I'm more than my worries and so forth. I am the creator of thought. I am the creator of emotions. I observe them, and I can control them to a large extent. So I want to move into that state where I am the director and observer of physical sensations and feelings and so forth. When I think I've made that detachment to some degree, it may take 5 minutes, it may take a whole minute. But usually it's just 15 seconds is enough, just to be mindful of that. And then you want to turn on the magnetic power of devotion, of being aware, now that I'm centered in myself, I want to be mindful and grateful of my higher possibilities. Mindful that I have created and achieved to some degree capacity for compassion, for joy, for peace, for self-control, for creativity, for understanding. And I now seek, and this is where you get into, you can just rest there in this oasis of peace and wholeness, to sort of energize that state, to rest from worry or frantic activity. It's a healing state, just to rest there. Or you can start going beyond. You're going to call upon higher power to help you in some specific way, or to help someone else, or just to increase our sense that we are always attuned to a spirit. Wherever we go, we take divine life with us. Wherever we go, we take divine order, divine wisdom, divine love with us. We're not always aware of it, but wherever we go, we take that with us. It's like having fingers and toes and a nose. It's part of our self, except it's not physical. So that can all be done within 30 seconds if you are have rehearsed this. And then you can ask for a blessing for yourself or your family or your creative work or for someone else. You can bless some institution you work for. You can bless the country, whatever. And that's a very important aspect of prayer, is to invoke whatever power or quality you think or someone else needs. So you can invoke a peaceful life for your agitated adolescent children, that God will continue to guide their thinking, divine power will protect them, divine love and joy will enfold them, and divine life and peace will be with them now and always. You can do something like that. It's perfectly appropriate. Always with the notion that we don't control the process, but we can ask. God can say no. We have a right to ask. In fact, we have an obligation to ask. That's part of our participating in the divine life. So it's kept, those are the simple details, simple principles, I should say. The details can vary depending upon your need. And that is consistent with the good Christian life. We must remember that people think that the Christian life is how to escape the evil of earth and get a first-class ticket to heaven. No, that's completely wrong. That will surprise people, but remember in the Lord's Prayer, it starts out, we invoke God's will in heaven as it is on earth as it is in heaven. Getting things followed up myself. Well, we pray that God's will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's what spiritual people are commanded to do, to bring heaven to earth a bit at a time, by a little increase in our peacefulness, our self-control, our compassion, our joy, our competence, our strength, our endurance, to bring that to ground in ourself and in our daily behavior. And prayer is meant to enhance that, to make us more aware of our spiritual potentials, the next level of it, the next stage, and bring it into our awareness and then in our lifestyle. And we can do that for ourselves, we can do it for others, we can do it for the world if we want to. But that's the essence of prayer and how it's done.
I have a question. I think we need to be aware that the assistance doesn't always come the way we expect it, and to be open to possibilities.
Some people add to their prayer, God, this is what I want, this or something better. You decide. But yes, we have to be aware that God may have better plans for us, and God may have a better timing for us. Maybe we're praying for something, but this has to occur before our prayer is answered over here. That it's a multi-step process. So some people will say, God, I'm really upset, I'm really annoyed, I want peace, I want peace. And nothing happens, because we need to make peace with certain people before we feel peaceful. We need to stop blaming and sticking pins in the voodoo doll of our ex-spouse or something like that. That has to happen first.
Really, oh darn. So a daily prayer could be 5 minutes a day.
Sure.
It's more than a prayer, it's connecting to our
Right.
higher self and to source, so it's a win-win.
It can be. For some people, rushed. It's just a, God, I'm thankful in your life by day, and you and I have to get through today's troubles. You and I have to get through today's problems. Thank you. It can be that. So that's the emergency prayer.
Oh wait, what's a little emergency prayer is?
God, you and I have to get through this. You and I have to deal with this problem. I can't do this by myself.
I like that.
And I heard that from one old minister who, I think he was in the 70s. He plods along at half speed for about 14 hours a day or 12 hours a day. I finally asked, how do you do this? This is my prayers, God. You and I have to finish this meeting here. You and I have to go see these people. You and I have to deal with these crabby people. I can't do this by myself. Thank you.
And it's been scientifically proven that prayer works because, again,
Sure.
you're sending out energy. Energy equals energy.
Yeah.
There's a
You're summoning energy.
You're summoning the
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for that, for the wisdom on how to pray correctly, because you're right. Just saying, by the way, I need this, gotta go, that's not necessarily
No.
gonna do it. Prayer on the run. Okay, we can't do that.